We're turning this barely used attic storage space into our dream at-home gym. And in the last couple videos, we did all the framing and electrical work. Let's finish it up so we can move on to the next step. I was definitely excited to almost be done with the installation. Kind of an itchy job, but it is pretty satisfying. Update on the insulation. Got this full back wall done, the knee wall up to the door, kind of on the home stretch. It's nice to see all this done. It makes it look like an actual room now and starting to see some progress. I ran out of staples, so we're going to be done for tonight, but I got a couple more rolls of insulation to finish up this wall. Hopefully we got enough. If it's anything like everything else, we'll just be a little bit short. Just finished up all the fiberglass insulation. There's a couple more spots that we got to seal up, like underneath here. We're just going to use a little bit of spray foam to make sure that's air sealed. Then, like I said before, on the back side of the knee walls and this back wall, I plan to put 1-inch foam board, and that'll help with sealing it off better from air getting through. Also, it'll give me a little bit better R value. But yeah, on to the next step. I did the spray foam off camera, and now it's all set up. I just got to go around the edges and cut off all the excess so it doesn't mess with my tongue and groove when I put the ceiling up. Alright, finally we get to start putting drywall up. This is when the project really starts to come together and you can really see a room forming. Even my wife couldn't miss out on this fun. I've never actually done drywall before, so it's taken me a while to get the hang of it. But once you start to get in a groove, it does seem like it goes by quite a bit faster. It also makes me thankful that I took the extra time to make sure my stud spacing and everything was 16 inches on center. That really saves you a lot of time in the long run. It's also funny to notice how many different outfits I'm wearing. I'm basically doing all this in my spare time after my main job, so it's just a couple hours each day. They do sell the actual RotoZip for drywall. I just bought a couple of the bits and put them in my drill. It's definitely a lot slower, but it was another tool that I didn't have to buy right away. And for how much drywall this was, it was going to be just fine.
I 3D printed some little spikes that I can put in the electrical boxes, and I just push on the drywall in that spot and it pokes a little spike through, so I know where I need to cut out my electrical boxes. Kind of another side note, make sure you don't have anything behind your drywall on the bottom, just because when you go to tighten that bottom screw, you'll crack your drywall. Ask me how I know, I learned the hard way. And before there's too many questions about this, I wasn't able to get 10-foot sheets of drywall up my stairs. It's kind of a tight turn that I had to fit the sheets up. I definitely underestimated how much longer this little cubby would add on throughout the whole project, especially the mudding and taping portion of it. But in the end, I am glad I did it, just because this was kind of a wasted area of space.
That's going to finish off part 4 of the home gym project that we got started here. We got all the drywall done and ready to mud and tape. That'll be the start of part 5. And also in part 5, we should be working on the ceiling. We're going to do tongue and groove on the ceiling. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next video.